Today Javier is going to be our tour guide for our Cuenca Neighborhood Tour. So can you tell us what we're going to do today?
Well, hi Unconventionals, I'm gonna take you to do a nice trip around the city. We're gonna do a 360. We're gonna go to Turi. Turi is a natural viewer of the city. We're gonna go over there and point out the different neighborhoods of the city.
And we have perfect weather for it too. It's beautiful today. So let's go.
Okay, let's go.
We are here at Turi, and Javier, can you give us a little bit more information about Cuenca and the neighborhoods?
Yes, indeed. So here we are in Turi, a little over with a great view of the city. What a wonderful, lucky we are with the weather today. With the weather today. Cuenca is located in the so-called Interandean Valley. So here we can see actually the two main mountain ranges as the Andes is split up here in Ecuador. Right here we have the West Mountain Range. On the other side of the West Mountain Range, less than 50 miles from here, we have the Pacific Ocean. And in the other side, and we can see the mountains, right there is the East Mountain Range. In the other side of this mountain, and way farther down, we have the Atlantic Ocean. All the water that is coming through Cuenca is going to the Amazon River and then to the Atlantic Ocean. So Cuenca is known because it's known as Santa Ana de los Cuatro Ríos de Cuenca. That means that Cuenca has 4 rivers, and it's very easy to point them out from here because you only have to follow the tree line. Right. So the one that is very close to the hill here is Tarqui River. The next one is Llanuncay River. Then we have the Tomebamba River, which is the one that is actually splitting the old part of the town and the new part of the town. And in the far end, in the background, behind the airstrip, when you land in Cuenca, you land over the roofs. It's very clear from here. Right behind the airstrip, we have the Machangara River. What's very important here in Cuenca, and I think you already have shown that in your previous videos, is the rivers are very well kept.
Yes.
This is very unusual, I will say, for a South American country this side. You know, it's almost 500,000 people living in this area, and the rivers are in really good shape. So I will take that as the first priority to where you want to live in Cuenca. If you want to live in downtown or close to the town, you want to live by the rivers. All the rivers in Cuenca has something that we call the linear parks. That means that there is like a park going along the banks of the river. And Llanuncay, Tomebamba, they goes all the way down for nearly half a marathon. So if people wanna do some jogging or following the river banks, you can go for half a marathon with a really nice park with no cars, just following the river banks. Okay, so Tomebamba is the main river in the city. We can see the domes back there, which are showing where the centro or downtown Cuenca is located. We can see actually the tree line. That's like the hot area where everything is happening in Cuenca. Entertainment, churches, banks, restaurants, everything is over there. So if you are living in that area, everything more or less is on walking distance from where you are living. Nevertheless, if you are closer to downtown, there will be more traffic and noise.
Of course.
If you come closer to Turi, that means southwise, you will get to the other river, to the Llanuncay River. In terms of what you see as a park, as a river itself, as a urban ecosystem, I will say it's pretty nice, but you are not that close to all the things that you want to be on hand reach, I will say. But it's less traffic and noise.
Yes.
You can keep following the river either way, east or west, and the farther you go, the banks of the river becomes nicer. Less traffic, less noise, but you might need to travel back and forth if you want to go out for lunch, if you want to go out to see live music at night or something like that. You might need to spend some time moving from one place to the other. The other thing that is very interesting, if we go to the west side of Cuenca, we're getting higher towards the mountains. The mountains that we are seeing, the top of these mountains up there, are nearly 14,000 feet. So the closer you get to these mountains, the colder it gets.
Right.
And actually,
Yes.
we cannot show that to our audience, but you can really tell the difference in the weather, because we're gonna stop in the west side of the city, which has a wonderful view, and we are going all the way down to the east valley of Cuenca, Chayhuabamba, which is warmer, way warmer than Cuenca, and we are speaking from one point, the far end on the west and the far end on the east is only 15 miles apart, but you can have like a big drop of temperature. If we're speaking in Fahrenheit, that will be something between 15 to 20 degrees in difference.
Wow.
Just in 15 miles.
That is a big difference.
It's a big difference, and that might be a very important choice of where you want to live. You had been living here for a while, and you know that we are not used to have artificial heating or cooling. I mean, this is just natural heat because the temperature is stable through the year. We have some variations from day to night.
Yes.
You know, no seasons, but day to night, it's big variations. So if you are dealing with these issues and you want to live in Cuenca but in a warmer area, you might want to think in Chayhuabamba. But if you want to live in a bit cooler area, you know, you would like to live towards Cajas, Sayaucí, or San Joaquin.
Right.
So this is like an overview of the city, and now what we are going to do is go to the different places that I am pointing out, so you can see the different pros and cons that has every neighborhood.
Awesome.
Okay?
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's a great overview. Well, I learned a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Javier, this is a beautiful area. What neighborhood is this?
So we are in Ciudadela de los Ingenieros. Basically, we are like 4 miles east of El Centro, downtown Cuenca. So this is an area basically for residential. So you don't have many shops, you don't have many buildings. As you can see, it's very calm, almost no cars. And this area here, the principal thing is what I will call like a horizontal condo, because this is just a gated community, and this is something that people like in Cuenca. High-rise buildings sometimes is not for everybody, and if you have a dog and you want to have a place to walk, so right here we have a really good sample of the park. So here we have the pedestrian walkway, but we also have like a type of a forest. Right. And right here on my right we have the rivers. Actually, Tomebamba, Yanuncay, and Tarqui are all together right here.
Gosh, it's so beautiful.
It is. It gives you a rural feeling. As I said, we are just like 3-4 miles away from El Centro. And going back to the condo thing is this is convenient, because if you are traveling and you want to leave your house for a couple of months, you know, you want to go visit, or you just your family, or you just want to go somewhere, you know, for traveling, it's safer to have like a gated community, your house inside a gated community, I mean.
Great. Where are we headed next?
Okay, we are going to Chayhuabamba. If you can pronounce that word, you will be a local. So that is the far east part of Cuenca. So that is the place, is a warm valley with the warmest weather in Cuenca City. We are in Machangara neighborhood now. This is like halfway between our last stop, Ciudadela de los Ingenieros, and Chayhuabamba. We are still in Machangara, so we just stopped because a new park is being built here. This is something very important in Cuenca. There are a lot of new parks being built. So here we can see different playground for the kids. We can see even a pump track for mountain bikes for the bigger ones.
We stopped in Chayhuabamba to get a coffee. We're actually in the commercial district of Chayhuabamba. It's a really nice area here, so there's a lot of nice shops, including a pharmacy next door, there's a vet, there's a mall right down the street, and of course the place that we stopped to get coffee, which is called Central Pan y Cafe, and the cafe was delicious. It's about, what, a 20-minute ride?
A 20 minutes drive from downtown Cuenca.
Okay.
It's around 10 miles.
Yeah, so this is a neighborhood that's more, I guess, self-contained since it is outside of the city. But it is definitely a lot warmer here.
It is definitely more warmer. Yeah, we're gonna go to another viewer. I love viewers, so to give you also an overview of Chayabamba area.
We're here at El Muelle in Chayabamba. It's the lookout, and it is amazing.
Yeah, well, Chayabamba is a really nice place here in the east part of Cuenca. It's warmer, you can really tell, even it's a bit windy right now, but we are feeling a really nice weather. It's drier too. You can see a lot of areas with not much vegetation. And
right.
As I said, we're just 20 miles away from the from the west part of Cuenca, and you can really tell the difference between the landscape. This area here is ideal for practicing outdoor sports. Great trail running, great mountain biking in this area. Is just a single track coming out of your house, and this area here is where you can find a lot of upscale houses. There is a place called Colinas de Chayabamba, which means Chayabamba Hills. We can stop there and you will see that some of the houses just look at the houses in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, this area reminds me a lot of Southern California. The thing about living here is that you will need some sort of transportation besides your feet. So you can have a car, you can take a taxi, and I think a taxi ride from El Centro is about $5 to $6. And there's also public transportation. So there's definitely buses that you can take to get to and fro.
Yeah, the buses just run during daytime. So if you are going in an outing at night, you might end up taking a taxi if you don't have a car.
Good to know. This is a beautiful neighborhood.
It is, for sure. So we are in Colinas de Chayabamba, a gated community, and this is something remarkable for Cuenca because normally you see fences in the houses, but all the houses here do not have any fence. So it's just a gated community, and then the houses are just open. And I think we could be in any very upscale neighborhood in Europe or United States, don't you think?
Definitely, yeah. And I know the houses are a lot more expensive here. A lot.
Yeah, if someone is looking for something upscale, this is the place.
This is the place. We drove back to Cuenca from Chayabamba, and we are now on the north side of the city.
We are on El Cebollar area, and actually we're just across where we begin the tour. We can see Turi Church right there, okay, just in the opposite side. And we can see the domes and all the churches. Right here is downtown Cuenca. So we are in the north side of it. It's a busy part of the town with a lot of construction, with a lot of traffic. So a lot of people that the working class of Cuenca, I would say, live in this area, very close to the industrial park. This, I will say, is the opposite part of what we have seen in Chayabamba, right. You know, in terms of price for the lodging on this area.
We drove up the mountain, and now we are at a much higher elevation overlooking San Joaquin.
Yes, we are in the foothills of Cajas now, and actually we can feel the weather. I'm just ready to get a jacket on. Within 20 miles, we have moved from San Diego to Colorado. Right here we are a more mountainous environment, you know, with a lot of trees, more green, completely different of what we have seen in Chayabamba.
Oh yeah, it reminded us a lot of driving through Colorado.
Yeah, and the houses here are also really nice. We have seen very, very beautiful houses in the lower part of the mountains. One of the major things, the big difference between the trees and how green is here is also the weather. The temperature have dropped down significantly.
Definitely. I'm glad it's not windy right now.
Yeah, me too. The houses here, as I tell you previously, they don't use much of artificial heating.
Right.
So you might want, you know, a bulky blanket. So now the new houses are getting this laminated floor that is with heat, but this is just new, and it's hard to find a place with a full heating system up here.
Yeah, I think it's really important that if you're thinking about coming, well, to any of these areas, that you actually spend more than an afternoon, and so you know what the temperature truly feels like. We're gonna head back down into town now. Thank you so much. This has been awesome. So today we covered the outskirts of Cuenca, which was very interesting. And of course, we will add more information in the blog post. We also have already covered a lot of the neighborhoods closer to El Centro in previous videos. We will include links to those videos in our blog post as well, and we'll put a link to the blog post in the description below. Also, I want to say thank you again, Xavier. You're an amazing tour guide. Xavier offers this tour if you're interested, and he does a lot of other tours. And of course, He runs Apartamentos Otorongo, so you can contact Xavier for a place to stay or for some things to do around town. And Xavier will also add your information to our blog post, which will be linked in the description.
Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoy the tour.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Feel free to share this video with your friends on social media if you know anybody interested in Cuenca neighborhoods. And we will see you in our next video. Ciao.
Ciao.